Alright guys, that is my new project car. It's a '02 Volkswagen GTI. Yeah, I've got parts laying around the garage, but it is a 5-speed 1.8 liter turbo. It's got like 126,000 miles, and it sits in some, needs some TLC. As you can see, there's some door dings, scratches and stuff like that. The interior has been, it was gutted, it was wired for subs, so there's a bunch of exposed wires and stuff like that. The back seat is all torn apart. Like I said, all the parts are over there. This whole dash was torn apart. I recently started putting back pieces of it, but it hasn't been running in 3 years. It came to the house on a trailer. I used a come along to get it in the garage and started diagnosing what was wrong with it. I wish I started this video earlier because I did some work to it. I got it started, I got it running. So far what I did was replace the old battery and then replace spark plugs, coils, crank position sensor, had a new ECU, well, used, new to me, that I thought was the problem because I replaced all those parts, like I said, and it still wasn't firing. So I thought it was ECU, and then winded up just messing with some wires and pretty much hit it in the right spot, and she fired up, and it's been running good ever since, knock on fucking wood. But yeah, today we are going to get into a little more about the car. We're going to pull it in here and finish my hack job of a muffler delete, which you can see here's an AutoZone special tip that I have, and then I had some fucking like flexible exhaust pipe and some hangers, and finish that up and maybe start putting together some of the interior, take a drive, put the bumper back on, and then we're going to give it a good exterior detail and wash before going on the interior. The interior of this car, so when I got it, it was all really dusty, really mildewy, but like up there needs some work. Some of this crap could come off, but yeah, I mean, leather heated seats, which is nice. I love the two-door hatchback. I've always wanted a GTI. Like, it's been one of my dreams when I was a teenager to get a GTI, because I just liked, I don't know, I like the look of them. But this thing is not going to be a show car by any means. So, you know, some issues with the fender. I'm gonna probably Bondo a lot of this and then paint this side, fix little stuff like that. But my biggest goal was, when I got the car, was to get it running and driving. Haven't had a manual car since I sold my Subaru in a while, so it's fun to drive this, and especially I'm going to teach the wife how to drive manual so she can learn on these hilly areas of Washington. Yeah, like I said, video is going to be doing a little work today. We're going to pull it in, finish up the muffler job. Might pull the wheels and tires off, inspect the rotors, and grease some front end stuff, because I was hearing some CV axle clacking when I was test driving yesterday. I'll upload that video probably in between this or at the end of this one, so you guys could see its first drive yesterday after sitting for sat for maybe 2 months in here just doing parts. I have a whole list of parts that I replaced, like, you know, this crank position sensor, the old one. I gotta put those wipers on. But yeah, I'll pop the hood in a minute. But I was replacing, you know, clutch master cylinder, which we lost the clip for, so I bonded an R2V the piss out of it, which it was still leaking, so I had to fix that. the clutch slave cylinder, fixed and replaced that, and then there's a clutch hydraulic line which disappeared somewhere, but I had it. Fixed that, did everything. Eventually we're gonna set it up for spray because, you know, why not? And yeah, I will update y'all when pull it in. So yeah, I got it in the shop. We are gonna jack it up and finish up the exhaust. Also, probably gonna drive it today and go get these wheels, tires filled up. Probably clean that up. That's been leaking for a while. I'm not gonna throw new tires on it just yet, but we'll probably put some goo in it and fucking fill her up to what she needs to be. But if you could see, she's dirty. Cut out. Well, there's the old muffler right there. Right now, it's just moved and hanging up there and not really secured, but it used to come out here with that tip, but I scraped it pretty good right there when I was backing it out for the first time, and then, you know, felt like an idiot because I haven't been driving a small car like this since I drive my truck a lot, and, you know, bottomed out a little bit on the driveway coming up, but you know, getting in and out, I've been just taking it at a different angle. I parked really weird today, but I'll probably move my truck in the street and then be able to move this freely in and out. But yep, like I said, we can jack it up, put it on stands, finish the exhaust, just do an inspection underneath the front end just to see if those CV axles are indeed bad or if they just need to be cleaned up because they could be caked up with, you know, grease and dirt and road grime. Because like I said, this thing was sitting for, you know, 3 years until I bought it for, I'm not gonna say the price, but fairly cheap because, you know, it wasn't running, it wasn't driving. Another thing that I fixed was so we did the clutch slave cylinder, clutch master cylinder, and in order to get, sorry if it's dark, but so the clutch would pretty much, you'd put your foot down, it would stay stuck to the floor, had no pressure, it was leaking, spring went bad, did all that, but now, you know, she works. The clutch is actually really pretty good in this thing, and in case anybody ever wants to steal this thing, which, you know, I don't think this car is that appealing to anybody, but it does have a safety switch right here. It is the clutch switch, so in order to start the car, the clutch has to be depressed. Well, not in this case. You just have to hold that switch, start the car, and you're good. But yeah, it's hidden. I mean, it's like, God forbid, like, that's its anti-theft, really. Whoever did this before, I mean, it's kind of neat. Like, it's definitely different if, you know, it wasn't, you know, faded and stupid looking. But I'm gonna probably take this off, spray it black, and then go from there. I'll put there's the filter. Put the filter back on, and, you know, maybe it'll actually serve a purpose if I'm going Mach 20 on the fucking Nürburgring. But this thing is not leaving a 30-mile radius of my house anytime soon, just because of how raggedy and crazy she is. But I mean, like, it has potential. Like, if this body was better, which, I mean, hopefully I'll make it better, but if this thing was running, driving good, the interior was nice, it had everything that it needed, it was a perfect, you know, older Mark IV GTI, I would, you know, put some nicer wheels on it. It looks definitely, I don't know if that's stock height or not, but I'm not too big on cars anymore, ever since I got in the truck. But maybe this is stock height, maybe it's not, but it would look nice if these were different wheels and a little more fitment, a little less gap, and some more, you know, wheel poke. Because there's the fender. I mean, you got it like an inch or two before the wheel's even there. So, like I said, I'm gonna jack it up, get it on stands, and then we'll show the underneath. Then we'll hopefully clean it because it needs a cleaning very bad. This is, I wiped it down when I first got it, but as you, like, there's like layers upon layers of crud just caked up in there. Like even the door jambs have crap and all that. But yeah, this is just dust from when I was cutting up some wood. Made some dust, but we will get her up in the air, get her inspected, start that exhaust, and get to it. Peace out. Alright, so we got her on stands. I mean, wasn't the prettiest method, but it's up there. It'll stay and won't move when I'm working on it. But like I said, I'm gonna inspect the front end, see if it's, well, probably turn the key, free up the steering wheel, and then need cleaning bad. Yeah, free up the steering wheel, turn her up, turn her around, see how if she's clanking or not, and then we'll get up underneath and finish that exhaust hack job, which I noticed once I lifted the rear end, that rear axle kind of just sagged, so I'm gonna have to account for that and probably put the exhaust a little higher so it's not clanking on that like it was when we were driving. Yeah. Alright, getting back to the car, got it up. I'm gonna probably go underneath it, get the exhaust started to get it out, because I would rather take it all off, put it together on the bench, then put it all together here, hang it up, so I know I could adjust my lengths and stuff like that, rather than just try to go underneath there with that U-bolt and bolt this back on, which is going to be annoying. So, alright, so here we have a cheap ass AutoZone U-bolt, which I am using on my exhaust because I don't have a welder and don't feel like welding up something on this or getting a full exhaust done. But you can see that's fine, you know, spins good, threads. But this motherfucker cross-threaded as shit. Like, I don't remember wrenching it down that hard when I was putting it on. So, probably get a new 2 3/4 U-bolt from AutoZone probably today. I don't know, but I will get the rest of the exhaust off before then. Peace out. Well, like I said, that U-bolt did not want to play nice at all. Maybe I did wrench it down a little tight, but no. That side was good. Those threads pretty fucked up, and now I have this. So maybe I could extract that and see if that bolt will, it might thread on. But really, to reuse this, I only needed, you know, probably those threads. So it should be okay if I had to reuse it, but probably buy a new one because... Alright, so there's my AutoZone special muffler delete. You can see that's where the tip was, where this broke off once it dug into the ground. So I'm going to straighten this out, probably fix that, put it back on, see if I can salvage that U-bolt, or go to AutoZone and grab another one, because I don't fucking care. Used that busted up fucking C-clamp, gave it some ugga-duggas, and she's on there tight enough. So those are tight, that's loose because I gotta put it back on, but we'll fit it up, see how it looks. Alright, so the exhaust is on, all hooked up. It actually comes straight out from the car, which is pretty sick. Doesn't stick out crazy far. The old setup stuck out way too far. I mean, it's loose, but it's not loose enough where it's going to flop or dangle off. I didn't want it crazy bumped up to the bumper, so